Hi, welcome back to my channel. We are doing my July TBR today. You know, that's a lie. We are not doing it. I'm actually having my boyfriend pick my July TBR today. I'm giving him a bunch of options to choose from. They're all books that I'm willing to read in July, but we'll see the ones that he picks. I'm gonna tell him like a brief summary on what the books are, and then he's gonna pick as many as he wants. I guess we'll see. Philip? Come join. First off, let's talk about Twin Crowns. This is a Fairy Loot edition. Twin Crowns by Catherine Weber. Twins in line for the throne. I just know that it is about twins that are in line for one crown. That's about it. It's gotten pretty popular. I've seen a lot of people start reading it.
Her twin was stolen from the palace at birth. She's a secret sister.
Oh?
She plots to usurp the princess in order to protect the witches.
Okay, so one sister was raised in the palace and one of them was raised, I'm assuming, by the witches because she's trying to protect them. And so the witch sister is trying to usurp the other one.
Okay.
That sounds interesting, no? And then we have The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. This is basically, why are you looking at me like that? Yes, it's a romance. It's a YA romance, and it's about a girl that grew up with her brother and two like really close childhood friends. Their moms were really close. They went to beach houses in the summer and they grew up together and they were really close friends. And one summer she shows up a lot prettier, and it's a romance. And it's so embarrassing like describing it. People we meet on vacation. I recently got this book because I want to get into Emily Henry. It sounds like it's a friends to strangers to lovers trope. Alex, the boy or man, I don't know if this was YA or not, but the male, and then Poppy the female, sunshine, and Alex is the grumpy character. And they go on a trip again to like make their friendship work, I guess.
I was gonna say this category is the no.
No, shut up. The romance is a no. Also by Emily Henry, it's Beach Read. This is really popular. Okay. Like I don't think I've ever heard like a bad rating for this book. About two authors. The male author writes more literary fiction, thrillers, and then we have the female character. She writes romances. They both have writer's block, so they go on like a summer vacation. Their houses are right next to each other. They meet somehow and they talk about like, oh, let's switch genres. Whoever can finish the book first wins the deal. She'll take him on field trips worthy of any rom-com montage, and he'll take her to interview surviving members of the backwoods death cult. Yeah, but everyone raves about this book.
Cool.
Which one does this one rank?
I mean, it's better than the other two.
Oh, so on top? All right, let's go. Okay, this one is pretty self-explanatory. This is by Carissa Broadbent, the author of The Serpent and the Wings of Night, the one that I raved about. Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. This is her new book. It's not part of the series, but it's in the universe. Okay, what do you rank this one?
Below that.
Below Twin Crowns. Dance of Thieves. A formidable outlaw family that claims to be the first among nations. A son destined to lead, thrust suddenly into power. Three fierce young women of the Rattan, the Queen's premier guard. A legendary street thief leading a mission determined to prove herself. A dark secret that is a threat to the entire continent. When outlaw leader meets reformed thief, a cat and mouse game of false moves ensues, bringing them intimately together in a battle that may cost them their lives and their hearts. Second one? What? Oh, it's better than The Vampire? Okay, he rated this one above Slaying the Vampire Conqueror and below Twin Crowns. If We Were Villains. It's a Shakespeare retelling. Enter the players. There were 7 of us then, 7 bright young things with wide precious futures ahead of us. Until that year, we saw no farther than the books in front of our faces. On the day Oliver Marks is released from jail, the man who put him there is waiting at the door. Detective Colburn wants to know the truth, and after 10 years, Oliver is finally ready to tell it. A decade ago, Oliver is one of 7 young Shakespearean actors at Delattre Classical Conservatory, a place of keen ambition and fierce competition. In this secluded world of firelight and leather-bound books, Oliver and his friends play the same roles on stage and off. Hero, villain, tyrant, temptress, and extra.
Extra. Someone's just an extra.
Yeah, someone's just an extra.
Yeah.
But in their 4th and final year, good-natured rivalries turn ugly. On opening night, real violence invades the students' world and make-believe. In the morning, the 4th years find themselves facing their very own tragedy and their greatest acting challenge yet, convincing the police, each other, and themselves that they are innocent. If He Had Been With Me is also a sad book. You're gonna put this in the romance pile? You know what? Fair. They both die in the end. I can actually tell you about this. So this is about two people that are told that they're gonna die in 24 hours. Now there's this morbid app where you can meet people that are also going through the same thing. So they end up meeting on the app and they go on an adventure to live their last 24 hours epically. And as the title says, they both die at the end. So I'm assuming they both die and it's gonna be really sad. I'm just gonna put this one under. Yeah, I was gonna say I'll put it below if we were villains because you like the mystery aspect of it. Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. This is her other series. This is the first series that she wrote, and this is about Tasana. She was sold into slavery. She basically bought herself out of it. Tasana must master her magic and survive the Order's demand. And as her feelings for Max deepens, she is forced to decide how much she is willing to trade away for revenge. Next up, we have Magnolia Parks. This is the second one in the Magnolia Parks section, but it's the third book in the series.
What does that mean?
So the books alternate POVs. The first one followed Magnolia Parks and BJ. The second one followed Daisy Hates and Christian. This one goes back to Magnolia and BJ. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it. It's a lot like Gossip Girl. You've never seen Gossip Girl. Okay, just think rich people and their drama. Just rich people drama.
Doesn't sound interesting to me, but I like the cover, so.
The cover is sick. Cinder. This is a fantasy. This is a Cinderella retelling, but in the world of like dystopian cyborgs.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool, right? Humans and androids crowd the streets of New Beijing. A deadly plague ravages the population. From space, a ruthless lunar people watch, waiting to make their move. No one knows that Earth's fate hinges on one girl. 16-year-old Cinder, a gifted mechanic, is a cyborg. She's a second-class citizen with a mysterious past and is reviled by her stepmother. But when her life becomes intertwined with the handsome Prince Kai's, she suddenly finds herself at the center of a intergalactic. I've been talking for a long time. Intergalactic struggle and a forbidden attraction. Caught between duty and freedom, loyalty and betrayal, she must uncover secrets about her past in order to protect her world's future. Because there's something unusual about Cinder, something that others would kill for.
Yeah, this seems cool. I don't feel like you don't ever read any sci-fi.
Yeah, he's really tired, so thank you for doing this. Iron Widow as the next book, with male pilots to power up chrysalises. They're giant transforming mechas that humanity relies on to battle the massive aliens that lurk beyond the Great Wall. That did not want. What?
They got giant robots.
They got mechas, and it looks like the mechas are like Phoenix birds kind of situation. You want to put it on top of it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of the giant robots.
But Cinder is also giant robots.
They were giant robots?
She's a robot.
That's not giant.
Yeah,
She's
but they're
just a
aliens. This
There
one
are
has
aliens
aliens.
in there too.
Okay. We have Legendborn. This one is about a girl, her mom recently passed, and she ends up just focusing on school. She gets into the school, but only because there's a scholarship that says that she has to join this secret society called the Legendborns, and it's a King Arthur retelling. You really hate magic.
It doesn't appeal to me that much.
Really?
Giant robots are cooler.
Okay, Happy Place by Emily Henry. This is stop. Let me. Okay, it's marketed as a romance, but people that I watch on YouTube have said that like this is more about friendship and how your lives change after college. So a couple recently broke up, but their friend group does not know. Every single year their friend group goes on a trip. They have to pretend that they're still dating so they don't ruin the trip with their friends. But on this trip, they're just learning about their relationship and why it didn't work, and also figuring out how to navigate friendships that are no longer together.
Let's see what I put over here. You can put it right here.
Okay.
This one I want to pick just because of...
Just one dark window.
It's ominous.
Okay.
That's how I used to pick books. I would have picked something like that probably.
Okay, we got The Darkening. Prince Dalka was born for one purpose, to protect his home from the storm, a deadly force that surrounds his city and curses everyone it touches. Vesper Val is the daughter of a failed revolutionary. Since the queen sentenced her mother to death by the storm, she and her father have been on the run. So when the queen's soldier, led by Prince Dalka, catch up to Vesper's father, she will do whatever it takes to save him from sharing her mother's cruel fate. Even arm herself with her father's book of dangerous experimental magic. Even infiltrate the prince's elite squad of soldiers, sorcerers. Even cheat her way into his cold heart. But when Vesper learns that there's more to the story of her mother's death and that her home is in dire peril, she has little choice. Trust the devious prince with her family's secrets or follow her mother's footsteps into the storm. One dark window. I was born with the fever, my blood dark as night. An ancient mercurial I'm saying it right, it just sounds weird.
Mercurial.
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 An ancient mercurial.
Mercurial.
Okay, I'm just gonna. An ancient spirit is trapped inside Elspeth's Splender's. Splender's head. She calls him the Nightmare. He protects her, he keeps her secrets, but nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elspeth meets a mysterious highwayman on the forest road, she is thrust into a world of shadow and deception. Together, they embark on a dangerous quest to cure the town of Blunder from the dark magic infecting it. As the stakes heighten and their undeniable attraction intensifies, Elspeth is forced to face her darkest secret yet. The Nightmare is slowly, darkly taking over her mind, and she might not be able to stop him.
What does that have to do with the window?
I'm assuming one dark window means like the window to her soul, because she has a monster inside her, but like she needs to see within herself to be able to save people.
Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, put it right there.
Oh, on the top?
Yeah.
What?
I was gonna read you. I think this one's actually second.
Oh, cool. This one I'm like a little bit confused on what it's about, but it's mythology. When two rival journalists find love through a magical connection, their fate depends on their facing the depths of hell together. After centuries of sleep, the gods are warring again. All 18-year-old Iris Winnow wants is to hold her family together, with her brother forced to fight on behalf of the gods now missing from the front line and a mother drowning in her sorrows. Iris's best bet is to win the columnist promotion at the Oath Gazette. But when Iris's letter to her brother falls into the wrong hands, those of the handsome but cold Roman Kit, her rival at the paper, an unlikely magical connection forms. Expelled into the middle of a mystical war, typewriters in tow, can their bond withstand the fight for the fate of mankind and, most importantly, love?
Well, the very first paragraph is kind of confusing. All she wants to do is hold her family together. Her brother disappears, so her only hope is getting a promotion at her job. Her letters to her brother falls in the hands of her rival. Did she not put it in the mailbox, right, or something?
This is kind of the romance section. He rated The Summer I Turned Pretty at the bottom. People we meet on vacation. If He Had Been With Me, Happy Place, and Beach Read. They both die at the end. Magnolia Parks. If We Were Villains, Cinder and Iron Widow. And then Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, Divine Rivals, Legendborn, Daughter of No Worlds, Dance of Thieves, Twin Crowns, The Darkening, and One Dark Window. Alright, tell me your thoughts. How many books do you plan on choosing? Do you have a plan on how many books? Or
I was gonna ask, how many do you usually read?
On average, this month I read a little less, but on average I read about 10. July's gonna be busy too. We're gonna be moving, so we're gonna be driving I'll read during the drive, but we'll be driving, we'll have to be unpacking. Okay. You can choose as many as you want. This is exciting. Iron Widow?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Why? It just sounds
big
robots. Yeah, okay. So Iron Widow is our first pick for July. Okay, One Dark Window is the second one. So
that one just sounds like
good pick.
One of the most. Those two just sound the most
interesting.
The Darkening sounds really interesting.
The Darkening, okay. A sad book. Is it because it's a Shakespeare?
Mystery.
Oh, the mystery aspect.
Well, the Shakespeare is kind of cool too.
If We Were Villains.
I'll give you this.
Yes! Yes! Thank you. Beach Read. I was really hoping.
Yeah, I thought I'd give you one.
Just one.
I'll give you this one.
Really? Oh, let's freaking go. Magnolia Parks, A Long Way Home.
This one.
Divine Rivals?
Yep, even though it's towards the bottom.
Even though it is towards the bottom. You just want to know about the gods.
I mean,
Like why
kind of.
Why it has the gods
That's really
in it.
actually the only interesting part.
Yeah, the gods. So Divine Rivals.
These two are the only other two that really stood out to me. No.
Not these two? What
These
two?
two.
Oh, Cinder and Twin.
Those are the only other two that really stood out to me as like interesting.
Mm-hmm. So are you adding both of these, or are you adding just
No, I don't think I'm gonna add either. Even.
You're done?
No, because I'm just spacing them out. So now I'm just looking for fillers, kind of. You gotta read these in other months who have good books other months too.
Because you think I have no other good books after those two.
Yeah, you
books.
gotta save them.
Okay.
Well, so this one is sci-fi, but you're already reading a sci-fi one.
Okay.
So I feel like you shouldn't do both sci-fi at the same time.
Okay. Makes sense.
You can do that one.
Daughter of No World. Oh, you want this one added too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got a lot of work.
Okay.
No.
So, know that one?
No.
Well, how come now you changed your mind?
No.
Why do you change your mind? Okay, so he picked Happy Place, which I'm really happy. I really wanted to again.
That one was for
read.
you again.
Really? Okay, good. And then he picked Twin Crowns as the last book for this month. Alright, let's just do a little recap on the books that he chose for the month of July. Which one of these do you think is gonna be the lowest rated? Like, you have to think what I would rate it. Which one of these do you think I would rate the lowest?
I think we both agree on the lowest rated one. I don't have very high hopes for that one.
So he thinks that I'm gonna rate Divine Rivals as the lowest. Which one do you think I'm gonna rate the highest?
I think it'll be between probably one of these two.
He thinks that I'm gonna rate Beach Read or Magnolia Parks as the highest rated books of this month.
What do you think though, if you were to choose?
If I were to choose, I feel like either Happy Place or Magnolia Parks, like the highest rated. And then the lowest rated, I do agree. I think Divine Rivals, just because I don't know what to expect.
Which ones do you think I would rate the highest and lowest?
Really?
If I were to read them. Go.
Really? Oh god. I think you would rate Iron Widow the highest, just because
Yeah, probably.
it's sci-fi and it sounds more like something you like, and it doesn't sound that like romance heavy. So I think this one would probably be your highest. Maybe Magnolia Parks, because you don't care about rich people drama.
Yeah, I probably would rate that the lowest.
Yeah, you don't care. And it's like relationship problem. He reads very different genres than I do, so it's understandable. Let's go through what we have for July. We have Divine Rights, Iron Widow, Magnolia Parks, Beach Read, Twin Crowns, Happy Place, If We Were Villains, The Darkening, and lastly, One Dark Window. I think we have a pretty good selection here. Well, thank you for doing this. I think this was a lot of fun.
I want to be able to put my own entries into it though.
You know what? Comment below. I do want to do a video like that. You get to pick the books I read. Like, straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up, just you get to pick the books I read. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun. I think we learned a lot about each other. I'm just kidding. We already knew this about each other. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. You do the bye. No, you have to do the bye.
What's the bye?
Bye!
Bye.